Nicolas Lapierre with the car that's a good second and a half slower.
Well, he's getting a good tow though, isn't he, Nicolas Lapierre?
I'm not sure you really want to tow around these very twisty areas. You want to get a nice bit of fresh air, but certainly actually gaining subtly on the car is Romain Dumas. He's close to this lap than he was last time.
Not actually going that quickly either, are they? Look, 15s, 1 minute 15.6 for Montagny.
No, waiting for a refresh again, I'm afraid. That was the previous lap.
Yeah, even so, that was a lap in clear air.
I think it was from standing a slow start though. It was a release lap. Maybe you might be right actually. There we are. We've refreshed. Well, 9s they did. 109.03 for Frank.
No, that's not their last lap. That's the best lap of the race.
I think I should read. I think if you're allowed to read these screens, look what I'm doing.
Well, you and the timing screen both. Oh no, he's pressed retry, everybody. No!
Well, because it wasn't refreshing.
Well, that leaves us with Twitter and a live feed that none of you can see, which is just an onboard.
Any second again, we're going to get, as you see, that it's going to come up, and we're going to get all sorts of information we need from the magic that is the not working particularly well American Le Mans Series timing screen. We can see that Frank Montagny, who's now deep into his second session, most of it, of course, the last half hour has been set very boringly behind the pace car.
We are now past 70% of the full race distance.
1:11 they did, as we've now managed to get this very frequent refresh.
Do you know, if this was powered by mouse-operated dynamos, you wouldn't be surprised. A dictionary, yes, that's very good indeed, Collective.
Making
made up words.
How can you? Oh look, that's the first time that's happened. I think it might have, whatever was wrong with the time screen may have temporarily sorted itself out. So, Frank's now 3.3 seconds ahead of Romain, who's now right on the back. In fact, the cars are all together again. So they've come to their first bit of traffic, so it's just 2.5 laps of clean air. Romain Dumas has got a bit of a second wind here because he's not losing any time to Frank Montagny. And I'm wondering if Frank actually has lost tyre temperature, and he's now, because he's not pulling from Lapierre, who's about to get taken by Romain Dumas as they drive down the straight 8. They'll go through the kink at 9. There she is.
Now, hang on a minute.
Into 10A, so I think that Frank Montagny's not got the temperature in his tyres, and that's meant that this long period of slow running has let Romain get back on pace again, because he's actually kept up with Frank all through his first 5 laps.
I remember how long it took Dumas to get by Lapierre before, when he was trying to put a lap on him, and none of that has happened. So yeah, the Audi has brought its tyres in much quicker and is now threatening to pass, which is not something you could have suggested in the last 90 minutes to 2 hours.
The other possibility is as the ambient drop, a car with cooling problems is going to have less problems, isn't it?
That's true. And maybe running in cool air.
That was a one move by Frank. Frank so blocking as they go to the bottom of the S into turn 5. They're coming up now behind a Porsche going one side one way. This could be a chance for Romain to get through, but no, it's cut through coming into 6, and Frank Montagny takes the space again. They drift through the first exit and on the second exit 7. Now, I'm sure a pure power blast, there's going to be nothing in it, but again, Romain's looking for a chance. They come against more GT traffic. He's right up as close as he can be behind Frank Montagny. I don't think he'll get a tow through as they come down through the kink at 9, well, again into 10A.
Coming up behind a GTE battle and a GTM battle in front, and it is a battle for position, but they go around the outside through the kink and down into the braking area for 10. Montagny has the line, but Dumas is forcing the issue on the outside, gets the squeeze onto the grass by Montagny, and through again goes Nico Lapierre, who, don't forget, is 3 laps behind the battle for the lead, and so should be receiving violently waved blue flags, but won't be.
Discretion pilot valid here. Romain backed right out of that. Frank again showing that aggressive tendencies that can work, but can also get you in terrible trouble in this sort of racing.
Romain didn't back out. He was pushed out onto the dirt and lost all traction.
But he lost. I think he thought he could have forced the issue, but he didn't want to start losing turning veins at this point in the race.
He didn't have the grip to come back inside. Now they're down through the S's and start to climb the hill. In the lead of this queue is the Krone Racing Ferrari, and the 3 fast prototype diesels are weaving left and right up through the queue. They're up at the top of the hill, turning right into 6 and 7, and again the Audi has got 2 Peugeots in front, as well as a lot of slower cars, and Montagny has made his break. He is about 3 or 4 seconds up the road already now.
The traffic, it got badly, Romain was badly brought through the top of the 2, 3 and 4, and he then had to follow a car through down the bottom of the S's, but now he's got a bit of clean air. He won't take long to get past. He goes through 10A and then through 10B. I think he managed to sweep past Lapierre reasonably quickly, then start hunting down Frank again. But Frank's up to temperature, and he's perhaps Dumas getting too warm, as we've now run 6 laps in this latest session of green flag running.
Well, you know, we saw the gap, which was 3 or 4 seconds when they were released by the safety car, come down to nothing in traffic, and then again extend out to what is now, well, it was about a second and a bit over the line. It wasn't a second and a bit over the line at all. It must have been 3 or 4 seconds over the line. The timing screen is still behind. Again, because of traffic. Once more, we're in traffic as we climb up through the S's. Nicolas Lapierre is now doing the job, sweeping the track, and up the middle goes the Audi. Lapierre went around the outside of the Golf Racing Aston Martin DBR9 and left an Audi and a cigarette papers width, and straight up the middle. Romain Dumas was taking no prisoners there, and I think that body language tells me he is really unimpressed with Nicolas Lapierre, because now the car...
More unimpressed with Montani than Lapierre, in fairness.
Well, no. Montani was at least racing for position. Lapierre is 3 laps off the lead and deliberately blocking the Audi. Peugeot got a lot of history of doing that, and I bet that Dumas believes that he was deliberately being held up by Lapierre, who's got no right to be interfering in a battle for the lead. Even though he's 3rd place, he's 3 laps back.
Well, I'm sure he'll turn around and say that sports car racing is team sport, even though they're not actually from the same team.
He'll probably tweet later that he really enjoyed the dice.
Yes, that'll be the one. So Dumas looking far more punchy, far more feisty in the first session, where he just effectively just drifted further away from Frank. But we did see a lot of examination of ducts and a thought about temperature issues, which you've seen again and again and again in tight races with lots of debris. The Audis had this Achilles heel the past 3 years of various temperature issues. They have raised their head. They had a big problem at Imola with brake issues. From temperature. But now moving down, Frank Montani has a gaggle of 3, including I think the leader, the 51 car. In fact, he just goes and puts another lap onto the leader of the GT class, which is Jimmy Bruni, who's just 0.2 of a second now. He's got past Joey Han and retaken the lead, but they're back to back. 3rd in that is 7 seconds back is Patrick Long, but now he's got 3 cars. They come into 10A and 10B, and again goes Romain Dumas. He's probably about 4 cars and 4 seconds, so Frank may well now have made the break. I think Frank is going to be quite comfortable able to stay ahead, because he's managed to get that traffic ahead. Dumas gets blocked through 12.
But again, Dumas is really putting on the pressure. He was a second quicker than Montani in that last lap. TV showing again the replay, and Dumas just... Montani didn't really chop him onto the grass, but he did definitely come off the first left-hand apex of turn 10 and head for 10B and leave Dumas with 2 options. And the one where you stay on line and crash into the Peugeot was not one that Dumas selected, so he had to back out. Montani has the lead at the last time. It was 3.2 seconds at the line, and as they come through corner 7 and onto the back straight, ditch hooking his way around, Frank Montani had 2 wheels on the grass inside the curb on 7 to get by a slower car, so he's taking no prisoners in traffic, and he needs to have a shuffle on, as he has so often in this car, because Dumas now has a car that is capable almost of matching him, although last time round Montani a 1:10.7, Dumas a 1:11.6 in traffic.
Yeah, I think as Frank comes to complete another lap, this will be his 290th as he crosses the line. He'll just have 104 to go, so we are counting down. He definitely wasn't up to temperature at the start of that session. There was that long period behind the safety car. Certainly the performance paid directly into the Audi. One very forceful door squeezing, perhaps not shutting, has given the chance now for him to get away again. He's used the traffic well, but whether he can then go on to establish the sort of lead he had, this time now on pure pace, not just traffic, he's got back up to speed, and I think he's now extending his lead quite well. I think he's got back that rhythm he got into towards the middle and end of that first session, where he was a second and a half faster on average despite traffic. And whilst he has a 3.2 second lead as he went across the line last time, I expect we'll see him have a much larger lead when he crosses the line for lap 291.
The Orica team saying Nico, that'd be Lapierre rather, has been hit in traffic. Now, do you mean hit by traffic, i.e. slowed down by it, or actually hit in traffic? Not sure.
15, and that was a while ago. So.
He hasn't come down pit road, so whatever it is, it may just be that he's a bit slowed up in traffic. Presumably they mean the Audi that was in front of him by 3 laps, or...
That'd be one, yeah.
I would
How
imagine
could
so.
it?
Montagny leading now by nearly 5 seconds, and the last laps for the leader 1:11.8, and for the second place man Romain Dumas 1:13, but this time round a 1:10.15 and a 1:10.11, so both with clear track. And again, Dumas scything over turn 2 past a Porsche that looked like it was in reverse as he climbs the exit of the SS. You know, they travel so far down, so fast.